Guys, I'm not officially back yet, but I just had to make this video today. In the past few days, I have been under the weather, flu, coughing, but I said to myself, no, I have to do what I have to do. I have to come to the people that want to hear me speak. Today, precisely, is the 10th of October, 2025. In a few days, Microsoft will officially stop the support for Windows 10. They're not going to be giving you the security updates and updates that you used to get on your Windows 10 operating system. As a matter of fact, Microsoft is saying we're going to be focusing our attention on Windows 11. Windows 11 is here to stay. Windows 10 support is going to be stopped, and there's pretty much nothing you can do about that. I'm just joking. They didn't say that, but understand that Microsoft is officially, stopping support for the Windows 10 operating system. This is one operating system that we have become used to. As a matter of fact, if you go to the secondary market, pretty much what you call the used market, you are going to be seeing almost every system there being advertised with the Windows 10 operating system, because this is what everybody became used to ever since Windows 7 was done away. Of course, there was Windows 8. That was just for a very short time, but Windows 10 was something that everybody said, we love the stability of this operating system. We kind of got used to it. Companies changed their computers. Private individuals upgraded their PCs. Everybody wanted to have a taste of the Windows 10 operating system. But fast forward to today, Microsoft is saying, we are pretty much done with that. Now is the beginning of a new thing. See, what has that got to do with you and I? If you understand that on this channel, I tend to make content about you making money around, selling used computers. As a matter of fact, I sell used PCs myself. I sell laptops, phones, everything IT related. It's pretty much what I do, and I make content about it on this channel. This is uniquely interesting because as soon as companies heard that Microsoft is going to be stopping support for Windows 10, a lot of them said to themselves, see, this is going to be the best time for us, to upgrade our systems. This has been on since the beginning of this year. Companies have been preparing for this, gradually phasing out those PCs that were only able to, run Windows 10. In case you didn't know, not every PC was able to run Windows 11. Windows 11 pretty much had a standard when it comes to, the kind of processor your PC has, as well as if your PC had a TPM 2.0 or not. This was a major game changer because some of the PCs you have out there, they didn't have this TPM 2.0, and some of them also had processors that were not allowed in the list of processors that can actually run Windows 11. Because of that, this was a bottleneck, and this now created a new name for most of these PCs. They were referred to as unsupported PCs, and sometimes companies do not want to hear that name. As a matter of fact, whoever coined that name actually did a good job, because it just made it such that even though you're able to manipulate your PC to enable it to run Windows 11, the fact that your PC can be referred to as unsupported just made everything uninteresting. And right now, a lot of companies are beginning to say, look, we are going to upgrade these PCs. We're going to buy, Windows 11 compliant PCs. We're going to be buying these PCs with, the Intel 8th gen processors, the 9th gen, 10th gen, and so on and so forth. But of course, not everybody will be able to boast of the expensive processors out there. A lot of people are going to be staying with the Intel 8th gen, Core i5, Core i7 processors, because this is pretty much what the attention is going to be focused on now. What does that mean for you and I? Once again, I am talking from the fact that this is a major opportunity for you. You can actually go ahead and take advantage of the major shift that is about to happen now. You see, as these companies are disposing of these PCs, it's going to be landing in one place. Of course, the life cycle is going to be, highly varied. These PCs are going to be rolled out from the big companies. The big guys are going to buy these PCs. They are ultimately going to transfer it to you and I, and we are ultimately going to bring these PCs to a very reputable marketplace like eBay, Amazon, and so on and so forth. I sell on eBay, so I might pretty much be using eBay as the major example right here. It doesn't mean that there are not other websites you can actually buy, used IT hardware. But the thing is, as soon as these PCs are leaving the companies, they're going to be warehoused by these big guys. Ultimately, you and I will have the opportunity of buying from these big guys and bringing it to eBay, where we can actually sell it to, consumers, small businesses, and make a profit doing it. See, this is a major opportunity. Of course, if you have not prepared yourself to take advantage of this, you're not going to be able to benefit from it. Every now and again, there's always going to be that one opportunity that presents itself. But once again, if you are not prepared for it, you've not done your homework, you do not know that it's possible to actually make money selling these IT hardwares, you are not going to be able to benefit from it. The beautiful thing is that some of these PCs are going to be sold at pretty much rock bottom prices, because these companies disposing of these PCs, their intention is not to make profit. They just want to make room for the new PCs that will be delivered to them. You know, the new PCs from Dell, from Lenovo, from HP, from Fujitsu, from Acer, and the list goes on and on and on. They want to make space for these PCs, and because of that, their sole intention is not to make profit from these PCs. All they want to be sure of is that the data they have used, the data they have saved on those PCs are actually securely deleted, and this is all that matters to them. And if the company is giving them this assurance, they are ready to give out those PCs, those laptops, those phones, even at a very, very cheap price. And if they pass this cheap price to the big buyers being who they are able to also pass the discount to us, the retailer that sell on a platform like, say, eBay. So if you are opportune to be in this life cycle, at some point, you are going to be benefiting from the changes that's about to take place. No thanks to the fact that Microsoft from nowhere said, we are not going to give in support again to Windows 10. And because of that, a chain reaction pretty much has been set up. Companies are going to be disposing of PCs. Of course, it's not going to happen once. It's going to be something that's going to be ongoing. This month, companies are going to, dispose of certain PCs. Next month, and it's going to keep happening until one day you wake up and you realize that there are no longer Windows 10 PCs out there to be bought. It pretty much happened also in the time of Windows 7. Windows 7 still lingered on until a few years ago, where everything was pretty much done with. If you go onto eBay right now, it will be very difficult for you to actually find a Windows 7 Pro PC. So this is a very, very big opportunity. If you take advantage of this, I want to guarantee you that you'll be able to make profit of this. How do I know that? Because I am currently, making profit of this same process, this basic process. Like I said, there are intricacies. There are things you ought to know at the various, stages of this whole cycle. But the thing is, there is money to be made. We buy PCs from organizations. We bring them home to our warehouse. We clean them. We make sure that in the best condition, and we go ahead and list them on a platform like eBay. And eBay does its magic. The PC says, I get paid, the wholesaler gets paid, the platform on which we sell this stuff, they also get their money, and everybody is happy at the end of the day. You see, this even happens even when there's no change to the rules, even when Microsoft is not, changing things with the operating systems. This is pretty much the structure, how people get to make money, flipping used IT hardware. But now, there's going to be an influx of new hardware. It's going to be desktop PCs of different types. It's going to be laptops. There's going to be a whole lot of stuff. Companies might even decide to trash their old PCs, and because of that, a lot of accessories like RAM sticks, PC housing, cables are also going to be put in the secondary market. So there's just a lot of money to be made. Laptops that could only run Windows 10 are going to be disposed of. Come to think of it, no responsible company wants to be seen, using computers that do not get security updates, because they understand that what they stand to lose is a lot. If somebody were to compromise their PCs, they just want to be sure that their computers on which they store important company data are up to date. And because of that, they're not going to take chances. Those PCs that have been labeled as unsupported PCs are going to be disposed of. And if you and I were to do our homework properly and were able to get one of these PCs, we are able to bring them to the platform, and we are going to make banks doing it. Guys, don't be deceived. People are already doing this. If you think this is a new information, you better have to think again, because people are already doing this right from the very day that Microsoft said, look, we are going to stop the support for Windows 10 operating system. People already went to the feed, trying to reach out to the companies to tell them the same story that, look, guys, have you heard Microsoft in October, they're going to stop the support for Windows 10. This is the best time for you to prepare. Proactive men and women have already gone ahead, to make sure that they already, strike a deal with these companies. In a time where you are still thinking there's no more money to be made in the world, people are already going out, doing this marketing, going door to door, reaching out to companies, sending emails to ensure that they are able to get a promissory note from these companies that, look, in the event that you want to dispose of your PCs, I would be interested to buy them. This is exactly what we are talking about. Of course, a lot of you out there do not want to put in this work, and because of that, you are not actually benefiting right now from what is about to happen. I'm particularly very excited. I know that, look, a time like this is always a time to make a lot of money. How it's going to go down, it's still very much unknown, but I understand that when things like this happen, the platform is going to be prepared, making sure that people are able to list their items, making sure that people that also want to take advantage of this whole situation, trying to, sell fake items, or even take advantage of the buyers that will be coming to buy new PCs, they do not have a place to thrive. Of course, eBay, I want to understand that they are prepared for this. They are also prepared to make sure that, look, people get this messaging that Windows 10 is no longer officially supported. But if you want to get a responsible PC on a platform like this, you can actually go ahead and buy a PC that runs Windows 11. But if you also say to yourself, I have no problems whatsoever, running a PC that doesn't get security updates, knock yourself out. You are also going to be getting a lot of Windows 10 PCs for cheap. And these PCs, you can actually go ahead and buy them from companies, from private individuals. Go ahead and do what we have been doing all along, which is to bring them home, clean them, and reset them for profit. Guys, of course, I'm going to be giving you updates to how it's going to be unfolding. If you are not subscribed to the channel, this might be the best time to be subscribed. Click on the notification bell so that you are informed whenever I drop a new video like this, especially as regards buying and selling used PCs for profit. Until I see you again in the next one. Peace.